What's up, everyone? It's HTG Brian here, and we're back with Sakaar FREE ROAM for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. That's right, we're gonna go ahead and scavenge all those collectibles scattered throughout, and that's gonna unlock that boom boss battle. In fact, it's gonna be the Red Hulk we're gonna take down and collect his trading card, or character token, as the game likes to call them. But here we are in Sakaar, and we're gonna go ahead and trigger off this computer here. And we want to also point out that once you activate this computer terminal, you can use this as a fast travel point. Normally, the areas have their own fast travel spot. Kind of looks like a green portal. This one does not have one, and it takes me a second to figure that out later in the game, as you'll see, and I eventually figured out that's how you get to the quick travel, or the fast travel. So we've got all of our collectibles puked out, and we're going to go ahead and start off with a race. That's right, it's a race. I hope I win. Now, let it be known there are some quick links down below in the video description, and if you're in a hurry to get to some specific collectible, I highly recommend clicking the quick link below. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and spawn what looks like a taxi. Need a taxi? Just ask me. And we're going to get our race on here. Doesn't matter who you're racing with, and in fact, I'm pretty sure any vehicle will work. And, you know, I had another viewer bring up that they did not care for the race as much, and I suggested using a vehicle with a gun on the front, because their main complaint was all these other cars on the road get in my way, and I can't seem to get that gold because I always play bumper cars and end up just falling just like a second short. So I suggested using a gun, and I do believe their journey is becoming a lot more easy. And, oh, look at me, a little car ramroddage on the road here as I am telling the story here. And I'm not even following my own practices, as if you notice, the taxi does not have any kind of a cannon mounted on the front to help do any damage for us. So I should probably start following my own practices. However, the Gwenpool motorbike for all of the motorcycle missions or races is actually perfect, because it does have a little pew-pew on the front of it. So, all right, look at me. I don't always do things the easy way. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a difficult task for me. And, I eventually get it, because I'm the backwards man. And look at this. All right, so luckily we have a good idea of how many more of these rings we need to drive through, as it does give us a counter there, and we are in the home stretch of this race, and good thing too, because we are all the way over in medieval England. Now, this is the old finish line here, and you'll see we get Captain Britain unlocked, as well as, well, we get a nice little journey back to Sakaar. And luckily for us, we know that that computer is our fast travel. But at the time of this recording, I did not. I'm like, all right, where's that green portal? I know it's here somewhere. All right, it's got to be hiding. And then I click the map point, and sure enough, fast travel. So, woo to the who. We are back and ready to keep on keeping on. And let's see here. What do we got next? We've got Mission 1, Fang Foom. That's right. This guy's got a little bit of a mission to send us on. And he's got some locals here kind of huddling up around him. He looks like he's pretty cool. Look at that. F. He actually goes through that more than once. And I thought it was kind of funny, but I guess it's funny. All right, so some of these missions are rather lengthy. This video itself is just under the 50-minute mark or so. It's about 48 minutes. And, you know, we have the quick links there to help you get through it a little bit quicker. So, like, per se, if you've already done this mission and you don't want to follow these guys around. However, if you're looking for some help on where these guys are, and the compass just isn't doing it for you, because sometimes these guys are kind of cheeky, hiding in here. Look at this, he's off the road, tucked in, and some of the other guys are well hidden as well. But essentially, we just have to interview all 5 of them, and then report back to old Fang Foom of what kind of items are hot right now in the eatery world. That's right, so like what restaurants are selling the most. Like, is it mac and cheese? Is it cheeseburgers? Oh, that was a close call there. A little bit of a last-minute swoop. And let's see here. Looks like the next one's going to be all the way over in, yeah, Hydra Empire. Boy, that's a long ways over. Look at me, I stopped. I kind of hesitated because there was a citizen in peril, which if I would have saved him, that would have helped me with my People's Hero challenge, which we have yet to complete. However, we get a couple of those knocked off on this area here, and I do believe we're probably going to do the actual challenge video next. So be looking for that soon. We were just going to include it in the free roam, but as it turns out, we only got a couple left, and we could go ahead and make our own special video, and it wouldn't be long, but it would still be informational and fun too. So this chick was hiding off on the side. Did you see I was on the wrong side of the street? So definitely, can be a little bit misleading at times. But, the compass does help, and it also gives you the arrows up or down. I know I've mentioned that quite a few times in the old free roams, other free roams, but maybe this is your first free roam. And if it is, welcome! And I highly encourage you to click that subscribe button, as we will be providing all sorts of family-friendly fun and information to you over the years to come. That's right, we've got plans for a couple new LEGO games coming out in 2018. We might even go back in time and do some old school stuff, as well as one of my favorite PlayStation 3 games of all time is being remastered and released actually in like 2.5, 3 weeks. So I plan on doing some streams, maybe some trophy achievement videos on that as well. I have not heard if it's being remastered for the Xbox or if it's just the PS4. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of homework, but I know I'm excited. I believe it's March 16th. Burnout Paradise City returns to the PlayStation 4 and to my controller. Now, I don't know how many hours I spent with all of my guys. Now, a little fun fact is I'm still running around getting information from these people that Fang Foom needs info from. I used to run an online competitive clan. So I actually played a game called SOCOM US Navy. Well, it was SOCOM, and SOCOM 2 is really what I got into. And then we continued on through SOCOM 3 and 4, Combined Assault, all that stuff. So, but anyways, we played Burnout Paradise City for a while during that run. So SOCOM was like our main game, and although we did have like tournaments and stuff that we partook in, as we we rang off a people's hero just to simply get to the person we needed to speak to. But, Burnout is fun. I'm hoping a few of those old school buddies of mine that used to roll around with me will return. I mean, we're all grown up now, have families and stuff, but, it is quite possible that we will end up getting some game time in. So the goal is to stream once a week. I don't know which day it's going to be. It's going to really depend on Tyler P's schedule, as he's going to be one of my main streamies. And then hopefully Reese will join us too. So it might be kind of later in the day. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But be looking on our Facebook and Twitter accounts for any kind of updates. And if you haven't seen any, and it's been like a week or so since this video was released, go ahead and feel free to message me and see if I've decided any of this. We got a lot of wheels turning over here, so it's possible I might forget to make mention of that. But it is in the plans. And, we might just kind of be spontaneous on March 16th and just let it fly. But we'll see. Tyler P and I will try to work that out. All right, we've officially got all the info we needed by following our compass around and talking to those peeps. Now, let's see here. Fiorentina, isn't it Florentine? Like, I think there's a little bit of a letter mishap there. I don't think it's supposed to be an I, but maybe I am wrong. You never know. And look at that. So we have to answer 3 correct questions, and because I paid attention, I actually get them all right for once. That's right, and I get all that studdage too. Look at that. It actually seems to wait around for you. I know often studs kind of have like a shelf life where they'll only be on screen for a few seconds, but in this case, it seems to wait. And good thing too, because that's a lot of F's, right? Holy cannoli. All right, so I get a little button happy there and skip through that after I got a little too many F's. And we collect that character token, a.k.a. Fang Foom's trading card. And we're going to go ahead and target mission number 2, which happens to be showcased by the Collector. Benicio del Toro, if you watch the old Guardians of the Galaxy 1, pretty fun. I highly recommend it if you have not seen it. Unless it's above your pay grade, if your parents have told you, or maybe somebody around you has suggested you shouldn't watch it. I might get a second opinion on that. Unless it's your parents. I would never get a second opinion. Listen to your parents, kids. All right, anyways, enough of that talk. We have 4 peeps we need to find. So another round-robin mission. We got to go all the way around Chronopolis and find these peeps. And there is no specific order, just like the other ones similar to this. However, we're going to kind of go, clockwise around the map from where we started. And it just seems to work out easy. We don't ever seem to miss anybody. And although it takes us a second to find each of these characters, look at me, I'm a little bit low. You can see on my compass, the arrows are above him, pointing up. There was 2, now there's none, so I know I got to be getting pretty close. but now it's over to my left. So like I said, the compass can be kind of confusing. It is super helpful. I mean, I wouldn't find these guys ever if this compass didn't have those little things there. But, you know, it does get a little confusing at times. Confusing. All right, next up, so Old West was one of them. We're going to go ahead and head over to, I believe it's Hydra Empire? Or is it, no, it's Manhattan Noir? We'll see in a hot second here. Let's see. Yeah, it's Manhattan Noir. We're going to go ahead and land right on Main Street here. He's tucked around. Nope, across the street, Brian, across the street. Around the corner, maybe? No, he's right there on the corner. Whoa, look at him. He ran, too. These guys don't seem to really want to be talked to. I'm not sure what's going on with them, but... Hey, if you have not already, you might want to check us out on Facebook as well as every Friday. Or we try to have a contest every Friday. There have been a few where some life things have gotten in the way and we've missed out, or, you know, perhaps maybe I didn't have anything to give away. But we give away stickers, T-shirts, Lego, all sorts of things. This particular week, we got a pretty funny one coming up. It's something, you know, it's not inappropriate, but it's kind of like, it makes you scratch your head. Like, what? They really did that? So stay tuned on Friday. That's right. That'll be the first giveaway in March of 2018. So be looking for that. Now, we have wandered a long ways away from home, and we've got all the info we need. So rather than fly back and waste a bunch of your and my time, we're going to use the old fast travel, which happens to be right about where we need to return to as well. So props to the devs for actually putting that in a good spot. Now, you probably saw on screen a little bit ago, we actually got this game given to us by Warner Brothers. We want to give a shout out to them and thank them for this kind gift. We continue to get the DLC and the thing as well because they also gifted us the season pass. That was pretty nice. So, also on top of that, as we head to the next puzzle here. Oh, and this one was a funny one. This one totally, I don't know if it was just like a crazy photo finish or if it glitches out, but watch this. As I spin to win and get all 10 of these, like the timer goes away, but I get the last one like right at you'll see. It's hard to say and explain, but you'll see it. And I'm like, ah, dang it, I got to do it again. And then all of a sudden the gates open and they get freed and they give me my gold brick. So kind of a crazy thing here. Now, it should also be known too, to help save some time, you don't need to spin around a bunch and wait for it to go all the way down. You simply just need to spin one time on it. Sometimes you can actually just grab it real quick and spin right onto the next one. Look at me, I got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there. Ready. See, it's gone, but I got it right. So it was like kind of like, you know, like in a basketball game where like if the player has shot the ball and it's in the air, because I was in the air, did you see that? Before the timer goes off, then I guess it counts. And that was some pretty sweet tight pants, tight roping I just did right there. And but yeah, I was saying shout out to Warner Brothers for the season pass, and shout out to Tyler P for hooking us up with all of the locations. Now, I do believe I was kind of going in a different direction with that, so I apologize if I left you hanging there. Feel free to drop me a comment down below if there is something that I started to talk about and I forgot. I suppose I could always go back and listen, but we'll just keep on keeping on and assume that I was headed, because I'm pretty sure I was talking about Tyler, because he's been a tremendous help and we appreciate all of it. And yeah, I look forward to our live streams and the new Lego guides that'll come out later this year too for the Incredibles and what is it, the DC supervillains? Pretty crazy too. Boy, my editor's getting really choppy right now. I'm hoping everything is coming through fine in the overall process. But yeah, so we've got this giant, it's like a tourist attraction over here with some checkerboard paths. We got to smash some boxes, build the other handle to get up top, and then push this guy down. Once it goes all the way down, we got to build that up and grapple it, if I do remember. All right, and I was saying if I do remember because my editor completely froze the screen, and then it actually froze the whole thing. It crashed. So, yeah, this is part 2 of my attempt at the audio here, and I was just kind of guessing from my editing. So it turns out you did need to double grapple and rip the hindquarters of this large and in charge animal off the back of him, which is super suspect. Like, where are we? Are we inside his belly? Did we get in his belly? I mean, what's going on here? Regardless, we used the gold melter to get rid of that. I guess it was some sort of a tomb inside there. Then it revealed a silver box, which we used our rockets to get rid of. And last but not least, we got to get our belch on. That's right, use somebody with the sonar ability like the Black Bolt to go ahead and get their on and shatter that glass and collect that gold brick. Next up, we got puzzle and gold brick number 3, which is going to be right on the other side of the entrance of the main well, I guess it's a big, what do they call that thing? The Coliseum. There we go. Had a little bit of a brain fart there, too. So, yeah, it's been one of those days, people. It's been one of those days. All right, look, fashionably Hulk. Inside here, we got lots of purple and green. Looks like a couple of shades of green, but mostly the same. Now, keep in mind, too, that banner on the wall there is actually going to be used later as a password and kind of it's another puzzle is what it is. And it kind of gives us a clue here, and it also gives us a clue later, but just keep that in mind when you have to put in the old password. And so here we go. We've got one of these rocker panels here, which Groot can handle just fine, but we need a little bit more assembly before we can actually hop on there. Notice it is not active. At first, I thought it was because I was not big enough, which is the case. I could not get into my roly-poly scenario here without being the larger version of Groot. At least I couldn't manage it, if it is possible. But I noticed that up on the side here, they've got some what appears to be some shatterproof glass or some needing glass, and we gotta go ahead and but that's not the case. It turns out there is some more buildable stuff by melting that gold up there. So we're gonna melt that down with Iron Man's heat ray. Looks like we gotta carve out a gold shirt. That's kind of crazy. Be kind of heavy. However, we have seen some of our baddies running around with a gold-plated armor, and it's kind of similar looking to that. We'll go ahead and get our on and build it up and complete that, and now we can go ahead and hop on, and it actually asks us to spin it around. So if you notice, you can actually go left or right. There is a little meter that'll charge up and it'll spin it around. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I didn't get much action out of spinning left, and I didn't notice the meter charging up left, so I thought you could only spin right whilst playing the video. Now, I know now that you can actually roll it either way, and that might have helped speed things up here in a minute, as I think I have to go all the way around to get to that third spot when I could have just gone back around, you know what I mean? So, anyways, yeah, let's see here. We got to build some stuff up, and essentially what we're trying to do is we've got these 3 tanks up there on that middle part. We got to fill up that middle one with some blue bits. But to get those blue bits, we got to spin this thing around again and do some more damage to it. So come on, Groot, hop on there. And I was getting that L3 indicator, you know, like the help on-screen help there. And I thought maybe it was going to tell me something I was missing, but it wasn't. It just said hop on there and spin to win. So we did, and now we got a double grapple scenario where we're going to go ahead and switch on over to somebody like Spider-Man who can get her done. And rip it on down, and guess what? It's going to give us a few more items to play with. This time, it's going to give us all those blue bits I was talking about. So just simply target and smash all of those, get them all down on the ground, and then we're going to have to switch to somebody with telekinesis to go ahead and lift that up. But we also have to spin it back to the right spot where those 3 tanks were in order to move it with our telekinesis. So here's one of those situations where if I would have spun it around the other way, it would have been a lot quicker. So just a little word to the wise. You might be able to speed things up on your end a wee bit. And hey, if you're all done with this and you're ready to speed through onto another collectible, feel free to use the quick links down below. You know, that's what they're there for. You know, YouTube kind of minimized the old comment, or actually it's the video description area. So you only get like a couple of lines of it. You have to push a button that says like read more or something like that. But anyway, there's lots of info down there. There's info to our playlist, to what we got upcoming, to our stores, to our social media links. I mean, we've got so much stuff jammed, packed in there. If you've never looked at our video description, you might owe it to yourself to go ahead and check it out. So, all right, we've used our telekinetic powers to go ahead and put that blue back up in there. And now, apparently, that's what we needed. We need yellow and blue makes green. We all know that because of those Ziploc bags, right? That's how we know that they're securely sealed. At least that's how it was when I was a kid. Everyone's pretty much used to that now. But anyhow, we collect our gold brick and we mash out of Fashionably Hulk. And next up, we've got another puzzle. That's right, we go on kind of a puzzle rampage here. Although we do slide a gold brick statue in. See, this one, let's see, where's this one at? We got to go up and follow the old blue halo. Oh, this one. Okay, so this one really threw me for a loop, and you'll see there's an edit here in about 3, 2, there it is. So essentially, you need to get all the way up top in the air here, and you need to hit the icon indicated. For us, it was triangle, and then once you hit triangle, it actually hops you into the drummer session. That's right, a little drummer boy. And we got to hit the icon as indicated in time or you'll get a strike against you. And as you can see, those 3 gray hearts up there are indications of strikes. And I get one here right about now. Yep, there it is. Look at that. That was good timing. So, you know, you got to be quick and fast. And basically, you got to get that gold brick for getting the gold medal. And we got another mini game checked off. So, you know, that's one of those challenges that we could have done individually and flown around. But we're going to get that as we go anyway. So by simply just completing the areas, it'll check itself off. Kind of like that People's Hero, and you know, there's some things, the People's Hero you could probably miss, but the Minigame Master you cannot, because you have to do all those minigames in order to complete those puzzles. All right, speaking of puzzle, we got another gold brick monument or statue. I don't know why I started calling them statues. They're monuments, but I'm sticking with it. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I'm not sure it's broke. It may be sort of wrong, but all right, this next one also kind of threw me for a loop, and I'm going to give you a little tip right now. So this one actually requires mind control and a lot of patience, for that matter. But as you'll see here, I fly up and it kind of gets a little jumpy there. It's because I did an edit. So what happens is, and the tip I'm giving you is, there's a guy in there you have to control, and it's really easy to put him off to the side, like control him and his, you know, like move him around, and then like let go of him. Once you do that, it's easy to like misplace him or put him in a spot which is out of your reach of mind control. So that actually happened to me, where I kind of stowed him away in the front corner on accident. I didn't mean to. I was trying to move my character away, and I hadn't disengaged my mind control yet. And so when I moved, I actually moved that character, and he moved off into the corner, and it was just bad news. So I was not able to grab him again. And right there, you could see he was almost out of reach, and that same type of thing happened. So maybe, you know, leave him on the switch that you need, because these are pressure-sensitive switches, and you kind of got to manipulate them on or off to make it work for you, because there are 4 total pads that pop out, and each pad has a switch that needs to be flipped. So the left button is corresponding to 2 of the switches, and the right button is corresponding to the other 2. So it's pretty simple stuff, really. However, if you misplace your guy, what do you do? Is it broken? Are you done? Are you totally hosed on getting your 100%? No, you're not. Simply fly out of the area. So go over to like Asgard or Manhattan or somewhere just out of reach of Sakaar, and that should reload this mission. Now, that also applies, like if you leave and you don't collect your gold brick at the end here, you will have to do all this over again if you do leave the vicinity. So now there is more to be done. We have rescued Buddy and unlocked the gate here, and our little Western friend is going to take our, I guess, our old school, whatever guy, the Olympian, over to somewhere else, and we are going to go ahead and sneak inside and steal his treasure, which he just asked us not to do. So I thought Doctor Strange was pretty trustworthy, but as it turns out, he is. It's Ms. Marvel, the one you got to look out for, as she's the one we need to hop in and hack this panel here. And once we get this successfully hacked, we will get that gold brick. Now, boy, we are just about to the halfway point of this video, and hopefully I haven't bored you senseless yet. Keep in mind, too, if my commentary ever gets boring to you, or maybe just isn't your favorite flavor, feel free to use that mute button, as I know sometimes our on-screen stuff can be quite helpful, and my commentary isn't always the greatest. So, you know, maybe you guys all love it. Maybe it is your flavor. I don't know. Anyhow, moving along. We got another puzzle to do inside the old Coliseum here. We're actually getting pretty close to being done, except for, no, we're not. A couple of other missions and races pop up and unlock after we complete some other ones, and a couple of them are rather lengthy, too. We have this one where we got to run around and take selfies, and it takes forever. This one was kind of a lengthy one, too, as there are a handful of steps that aren't necessarily right by each other. So you can see there's a gold brick inside this little caged off area. We got to find a way to get inside of it. So we can see there's a couple of Captain America boingers floating around, but we did take note of one of the boingers on this spinning tree here. So we spin it all around by pushing the old push switch, and it comes off and gives us a good idea that it is in the right place. And then wait a minute, what's this bubblegum machine doing here? Seems a little bit out of place in an old Coliseum, right? I mean, I don't think there was any bubblegum chewing back in the days of Caesar, but maybe I'm wrong. Next up, we've got a couple of cages that don't seem to have any relevance to us yet. I'm not saying they don't, but just wait. So now this next one, actually, you can see Buddy over here is doing some bench pressing. And there's a Boinger on top of that, but it actually is giving us the telekinetic ability hint there. So we got to get up close and find somebody that's got that ability. So we'll probably use Dr. Strange, as he is kind of our go-to guy. Yep, there we go. And we'll go ahead and manipulate that column there for you. Hey, we got this for you. Oh, look at that. We're going to stack it up on this other spot that I told you we might have something to do with. And then the camera pans up and shows us the old King's throne up top there, so we'll take note of that. Let's see here. We'll go fly up there and see what we can see, and it's flashing. So I gotta look. Kind of reminds me of Sonic, right? It's gold, like the gold rings. It had a little bit of Sonic blue, and it also had red and white shoes on it. If you looked, I don't know why that just totally reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog, but maybe a little Easter egg homage. Probably not, considering I don't think there's any connection other than the fact that Sonic was in Lego Dimensions. And some of these guys may have some ties with that. But anyways, all right, so you can see we've got ourselves some bricks to build into a Captain America shield plate. We'll hop on that, and now we get our aim on, and ba-boing, ba-boing, ba-boing. All of a sudden, oh, and watch this. A little bit of a game glitch here. Now, always, every time you throw that shield, it always goes in, flips the switch, and then goes back through the boingers to your... Oh, look, I already got it, though. It didn't go through the process. Did you notice that? Not like a game-breaking glitch or anything weird, but just kind of a inconsistency, if you will. All right, so she hops in, gets her staff that she's all super excited for until she finds out it's a replica. It was found at the dollar store. And speaking of dollar store, I made mention of Lego Dimensions a second ago. There is another wave of Dimensions packs showing up at Dollar Tree stores and Dollar General stores throughout the country. I don't know if it's in other places. I don't know if like the UK and other places have dollar stores. But, you know, we have the $1 store where everything's $1 or less, and there's packs showing up. Now, they are $1.99, which kind of breaks the whole rule of dollar store, right? But $2 packs, a lot of them are there, and I will say that we did find a few, and you might see some of those coming up for giveaways on our Facebook Friday giveaway. So, like I already mentioned, you might check us out over there if you have not already. All right, hey, we got another mission coming up. This one's outside the Coliseum, and we are officially in the home stretch of stuffs. And hey, you know, as we are sort of accumulating a lot of these challenges, I've been recommending you smash a car or two in each area because there is a trophy achievement called Road Rage 2 for smashing 100 vehicles. And although you could sit and just kind of farm smashing vehicles, that takes a while to get each one. Now, unless you get the right character. If you have the right character, it's one shot and they're done. One and done, but that's not always the case. So we got a couple of those. We talked to Black Widow and Hawkeye, and now we've got to go out on a mission. There's basically a 5 groups, I think. I think it's supposed to be 3, but then Black Widow gets in trouble, and then, of course, Hawkeye gets in trouble, and we have to go and rescue everybody. Now, I am following my compass here on the bottom left, and I kind of got... Look at this. It's taking me for a loop. Like, is it up or is it down? I was just up, and it told me down, and then I went down and it told me up. Oh, it's right here. So, again, sometimes that compass is a little misleading, and although you think you know where you're going, it's not right there. So, hopefully, we can provide a little bit of information when we eventually find these guys. You can see where they are and hopefully get there a little quicker. Now, there's one done, I do believe. Nope, there's a guy up top. I forgot. Yep. So, keep in mind, these guys with the guns and flamethrowers often need some sort of, you know, a gun or projectile weapon in order to stun them. And then you can get up close and personal and then, you know, pow them right in the kissa, as we like to say. Now, we're going to go ahead and fly to the next one, which this one was in Nueva York. We're going to head all the way over to... Hey, look at that. It's still in Nueva York. That works out. And wait a minute. Did you guys see that? How they deployed themselves into the area? They came in via spider webs. That's a little suspect. I don't know much about bad guys having spider web slingers. Maybe I need to do some more homework on that too. And look at that. So also too, the projectiles with like the guys with the flamethrowers and stuff, it just gives them stars. It doesn't necessarily take health away. So you got to get up close to deplete that meter. And same with the guys with the spears. I don't know how they're blocking my shots, or maybe that's just a little bit of the game not recognized. But eventually, the spear guys do allow some damage. So they're all a little bit different in how they handle, but most consistently, you want to give them the old star, the Tweety birds, and get up close and personal, and cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. That's right. All right, I do believe this is the last guy of this area. Notice, too, that all of the compass markings are they're like little bags of treasure. Not sure what's going on there. A little bag of cash, perhaps. I don't remember. To be honest with you, I only minutely paid attention to what they were saying. Oh, so here we go. So we've done 2. Here's 3. Black Widow is all caught up. And now we got to go save her. And I'm pretty sure Hawkeye's in the background laughing right now. Yep. He is, and we're gonna save her. All you gotta do is just get up close and personal, and of course deplete her that meter, and it should free her from that symbiote attack. And there you can see the little symbiosis on the ground there. And I'm sure I said that wrong. I'm sure 7 of you are gonna comment and tell me how much of a know-it-all I'm not. But look at that. Oh, and Ms. Marvel got a little touch of the symbiosis too. But that's all right. Oh, hey, come on, get off her. Leave her alone. Leave the poor girl alone already. Oh, good Lord. All right, so we got him, and don't blink at me like that. That's right. Get out of here, kid. You bother me. So we've freed Black Widow, but oh no. Look at that. Hawkeye says, I know you laughed at me, but guess what? Now it's got me. So we're going to head over and try to find and save this guy. Look, I'm going to take out another car. That's right. Oh, maybe. Yep. All right. So we've knocked out probably, I would guess we've got 30 to maybe 35 cars accumulated so far. And at some point, I'll probably do a video and do a little farming just to see how many and get that rung off for you. Because I know some of you guys aren't going to see that or hear that. You're going to skip over some of this stuff. And in the end, that's going to be one of the last trophy achievements you might need to grab in order to complete your list. So, and if you're like me, and you got to get them all, then you're definitely going to want to ring that off. And I'm just trying to speed up the process as we go. You take out a car here and a car there as you're doing other things. It doesn't seem as lengthy as if you're just sitting there going, all right, 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, all the way to 100. That's a lot of cars. All right, look at this. I think we have officially got through this. Nope, the symbiote is still floating around. It's weird. He's kind of like stuck. He's not really attacking, but he's not really going away either. And I do believe, yep, I was going to say, I do believe he gets Hawkeye one more time. We got to take that meter down, and that should be it. And we should collect our stuffs, which happens to be the Black Widow character token. Now, you'd think that we might get them both as we save them both, but not the case. And in a lot of situations where there are dual characters and you get only one, usually you'll do another mission or a race or something for the other character, but we have not run into that yet. So Black Widow may unlock a Hawkeye mission in another area, which I don't have documented anywhere right in front of me, but it may happen. Now, we're going to fly on back. We were actually just right next door, so why not just fly? And look at this. We got a puzzle way off in the back here. Now, we came here once before and kind of took a peek at this puzzle when we were doing the Spore Challenge. That's right. Remember, we had to come through and find all those weird shaped, they call it the Spore. I don't know. What was it? I can't remember. But anyways, it was, there was one right down below us to our right where we're standing right now. So we had to come and get that. They were like those spider-like things that we had to go and take out. And if you haven't checked that out, you're going to need to knock that one out. And if you're in Sakaar right now, that is kind of part of it. So maybe go ahead and check that video out. Maybe I'll put a link up right about now. I'll try to remember that. Anyhow, we used old Lockjaw to dig up all these bits and build up the billboard. And remember earlier when we were in, what was it? Banner Apparel or something like that. It was Fashionably Banner. That's right. This is where that code is. So you have to spell banner. Now, I was just going through it first and clicking all the colors thinking it was just one of those simple puzzles that, get rid of the color and it solves the puzzle. No, that's not the case. You actually have to manipulate these colors just a little bit in order to spell out the word banner. Now, I've got everything. I got banner. Nope, we need double N in there. B-A-N-N-E-R. Nope, B-A-N. Nope, not banner. Not banner. We're not a sheep. All right, we got it. Banner. Now, we'll go ahead and see what happens once we punch in the right. Look at that. It says property of Tony over there, too. Uh-oh, core compromised. That can't be good. This mission will self-destruct. Oh, look at that. The Hulk comes out and flexes up on us in the balloon form. And, oh, yeah, make sure you give that balloon a couple of taparoonies, too, because it'll, hook you up with a few extra studs. Collect your gold brick and make your way to the mission on the backside of the Coliseum here. This is going to be Skaar. And we've seen him before, too, when we were looking for those spores. And watch this. He is one of those characters that has kind of a weird draw distance. Like, he doesn't load up right away. He almost seems like he's not. Oh, there he is. For a minute, I thought he was gone. But watch this, too. Like, where is his little cycle that we can approach and activate this mission? It's not there. Oh, there. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come back. Hello? No, quit jumping around. All right, there we go. We're going to step up and hi. All right, so okay, forgive me. I know nothing about Skaar. Apparently, he is a different version of the Hulk, and he's got a dad that is another version of the Hulk, and I guess it's Maestro, and we're heading to him right now, and basically, we're trying to get a photo. Like, the young boy here that we're following wants to get a photo with his pops, and Pops is not into taking photos. So we have to take out a few bad guys at each location, and then we will find Pops hanging out somewhere nearby. And then usually Pops is like, what are you doing? Get out of here, kid. You bother me. And we go ahead and try to follow him. And then we run into some more bad guys, and the process repeats 3 times. You would guess it, because it's the rule of 3. All right, so one group down, and right around the corner, I believe Pops is waiting for us. I think. Maybe we have 2 groups of bad guys we got to take out. No, I think he's just right around the corner. Come on, where are you at, Pops? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so look at Dad. Wow, you look older. That's not very... No wonder he doesn't want to take any pictures. You're shaming him before you even... Nobody wants to be documented as old. As somebody who... has a teenager now, I can tell you that looking back at some of my pictures, I'm like, whoa, look at that. Who's that guy? Who's that youngster? But, all right, so we got to keep on keeping on and follow the old blue stud trail here. Be careful not to hit the circle button and activate this race, as it does require a car, too, so it might not be that easy to accidentally do it. However, it would kind of thwart your plans of this mission, and you probably would have to start this one over again. So be careful is all I'm saying. Now, you saw me, I took out another car, too. I got my smash on and took out one more to that 100, so I'm a little bit closer, but not that much. But, all right, so look, there are 2 groups of bad guys in this one. So, it is the rule of 3 in the sense that we have to track Dad down 3 times. But I guess they stuck in a couple of extra baddies. And, ooh, this one's got one of those electric force field guys. You got to take those guys out fast, or they will kind of prolong these battles because they will protect the nearby soldiers and themselves, and you can't really take them out. And, again, it just basically wastes your time. So, hey, let's take out a couple more cars on our way. So, what is that, 3 cars, maybe 4 that we've taken out in this video? So, like I said, you just get a couple per area, and before you know it, it's all done. All right, we're stepping up. Come on, Pops, ready to take a selfie? And he's like, nah. See you guys. I'm going home. Pyong! And he's gone. And all right, so we will take out some more bad guys that I think magically appear here in a second, and then we will keep on keeping on. Well, you know, that's the one thing about some of these missions. Like, I can see the variety in the styles. Most of them are pretty similar in the sense that, like, you go here, talk to somebody, or smash somebody, and then go back here, and then it's over. But, you know, the little storyline is kind of fun. It talks about the different things, like the whole selfie thing with the dad. It's kind of sad in a sense, but, I mean, it's real, right? I mean, there are plenty of situations out there where, you know, dads aren't around or dads aren't into photos, right? I mean, I'm not necessarily in a ton of photos. I'm certainly around, but anyways. Moving along, we're almost to Pops, and we do get our picture at the next stop. So that is good. That's the one good thing we got going for us. Oh, do I get another car? Do I get another car? Oh. See, look, I see the meter, and I'm like, why is the guy in the car? How'd he get inside? And it turns out it was a force field guy behind, and before I can get to him, he pumps up his charge and blocks my... Oh, but you know what? I'll go ahead and take out another car. So that's at least 5 cars, right? And look at that, I don't take any chances this time. I go ahead and pull out Rocket Man and get my blast on. Ooh, 6 cars down the drain. So we are definitely taking a chunk out of that one in this video. And look at that, he's got quite the stride going up there. It was kind of a fast high step. There it is again. It's kind of a funny angle, I guess, on the way that the road is. But road, that's a funny word, right? Anybody seen that movie? Rude, Roads. Anybody know what movie that is? That's an old one, too. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a picture, and I do have to admit, I struggle a little bit with the camera and the angle. So like most picture-related missions, it actually gives you a cue of where you need to take the picture by having kind of a white box around it. And when you when you actually get it framed properly, that white box turns green. And so I should have assumed that was here, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a selfie with them. Why not? So I turn around, and apparently I'm too close. There's no box at all, but I take the picture anyways. Yay, say cheese. And all right, so that's pretty good. It's not my strong side, but we'll live with it, I guess. But notice, like, the mission isn't advancing. Nothing's happening. So I think, all right, maybe you just can't take a selfie. So I flip the camera around, of course, take the longest route possible to get the right angle there. And I put the camera away thinking, all right, he's going to talk to me. Now I got the camera away. Nope, just got to find the subject photo. All right, so we'll go ahead and step back a little bit. Apparently I was too close, and there you saw it. They're green squares, circles. Green squares have appeared, and we'll go ahead and take that picture. Woot! All right, now Dad says, all right, I'm out of here. And Dude says, all right, thanks. Here's your character token for me. That's pretty nice of him. Awfully generous. All right, and then we have a little bit of a journey to get back here. Once we head back, we're actually going to have another race. So Pops, a.k.a. Maestro, that's walking off in the background there, even though he's going the wrong way or opposite direction of where we're headed and where he is waiting next, we actually have a race that we're going to complete. So it's up on the front right side of the Coliseum, not on the back. So we've been working all the way around, and there is a new race. So we'll go ahead and use the fast travel point, as, you know, might save a little bit of time. And then we'll go ahead and target and run over to that race where Maestro is waiting for us. So, yeah, boy. All right, where's that halo at? Oh, it's up on top. All right, so this is one of those ones where it's like a foot race. It's up and down and all around. I highly recommend using a character with, you know, kind of like the agility ability. I don't think they even call it that anymore, but you know what I'm saying. One that handles twirly poles and's got a good jump, and, you know, flying might be handy too, but I don't need it at all. I know, you know, sometimes you guys can fly really low to the ground, but there's a lot of sharp turns that might be a little bit difficult in the flying mode. So I keep it on the footsies, and I actually make a pretty big mistake if I do remember right, but I actually make it with a couple of seconds to spare still. So as long as you have a pretty steady pace to the race, you should be okay. So, look, I'm almost halfway, and, you know, I'm not quite halfway on the timer, so, you know, time is looking all right. And that's what I was worried about, you know. And, you know, you might even be able to pull out like a motorbike or something, too, if you give it a go on foot a time or two and you're having troubles. But you can see here there's lots of obstacles in your way, too. So if you're flying or in a vehicle, you'll probably have to go do kind of a preliminary run where you clear everything out and make a clear path and then return. But depending on how far away you get from those items you've destroyed, they may respawn. So that may not be the best plan either. But look at this. I'm kind of in the home stretch here. I've got 4 left, and there's only 15 seconds left. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on a crack. And woo. All right, so I only had about 7 seconds left, maybe 8, I guess, my math. Just under 7, or right about 8. We'll go ahead and collect that token. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got to Freely. That's right. He is going to be our final gold brick for the area. And once we complete him, or I should say once we rescue him, we're going to go ahead and unlock that boom boss battle, which is right there in the middle of the Coliseum. So, funny how that stuff works. I don't know if I just didn't notice the locked icon in the middle there, or if it has appeared now that we've collected or gotten a certain amount of items. And oh, there was one of those draw distance things too, where I show up and it wasn't here until I ran by it, and there it was. So we're going to need somebody with heat ray, and we're going to need a gravity booster as well. So go ahead and get your melt on, and then flip it on over to Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord. Whoops. Speaking of flipping it on over, I got a little button happy there, and flip the card around. But we want Star-Lord. We want Star-Lord. That's right. Go ahead and throw the old gravity booster like the old tractor beam. And there we go. We have officially freed Lee. He gives us a whole bunch of studs from who knows where and screams out Excelsior and gets out of here. So we'll collect those because you know us. Got to get them all. Got to get them all. And then we'll make our way into the middle. So, you know, we didn't really plan this. Like I said a minute ago, I wasn't really aware that the boom boss battle was in the middle. And until right now, I wasn't even aware that it was in the middle. So, like, I was like, oh, okay, let's see. It's got to be a boss battle somewhere. Even though normally in the game, too, it says, oh, you've done something because there's a big boss that showed up nearby. I didn't get that this time, so I was kind of like, oh, maybe Sakaar doesn't have one. And I looked at the map, and I'm like, nope, it doesn't have one. And I'm like, oh, I'm right on top of it. So kind of funny stuff. Oh, and look at that. Star-Lord's a little angry with Doctor Strange. Did you see that? He, behind his back, put a gun right to his neck. That's kind of suspect. All right, anyways, moving along. We got some baddies, big and small. I'm going to recommend you try to focus on the old Red Hulk because I do believe most of those purple guys continuously respawn. And the more damage you can do to the Red Hulk, the faster he will be out of here. And we can move on. Because that's it. This is actually the final mission, as you guys probably know that. The boss battle is generally kind of the way that the game tells you, yep, you've officially completed this area. Congratulations! We're going to reward you with a big guy that's going to whoop all over you. But in our case, we are the victors, and so it's okay. And we get to collect that character token as well. So Red Hulk will be a nice addition to our list, although we won't purchase him until we get all the way done with Free Roam and the Gwenpool missions and the challenges. Basically, we're going to do that. It's going to be kind of like our final wrap on the game itself. We're going to do that live stream. And hopefully it'll be fun and enjoyable for everyone, and we'll buy all those characters. It's going to take us forever. And, you know, if you guys want to see some stuffs, like if you want to see us run around and smash some things or whatever, and that's kind of the bad thing, too, about waiting till the end to unlock the characters. It's like there are a lot of characters that, you know, you can't do much with because there's not anything to do. You've already completed it all, right? So that's kind of the downside to my plan, but it also gives us all the studs and everything else, and it unlocks all the characters. So that's the main thing. Like, we want to make sure that we have everybody unlocked so we can purchase everybody and get that 100% and get that platinum trophy as we are on the PlayStation whilst playing this. So you can see I stepped my game up and went with the Green Hulk to go ahead and even the playing field here. And for whatever reason, Red Hulk is stuck in that hole, so works out good for me. He's contained, and he can't charge me with his flaming red hot. I don't know, he must have had some flaming hot Cheetos or something running around with all that redness, but we eventually knock him down. KO, KO. And he is out of here, which, guess what? We got another boss checked off. We got 6 of 11 done now, so pretty cool, pretty cool. And we're going to spin to win for a second and take a quick peek at the old map. Oh, yeah, I wanted to do my big jump, but then I pressed the wrong button and did a sonic clap. But here we go. Woot! That is such a cool jump. I can never get enough of that. But we get up top, get a nice scenic view of the Coliseum, and then I remember, oh, yeah, let's check out the map. So I pull that up in about 3, 2, 1. Yep. And all right, let's verify. Even though we got the boom boss battle done, sometimes there's a race or an extra thing lingering around, and we just want to make sure there's nothing else here. So one more area complete, and that's going to wrap it up for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 Sakaar FREE ROAM. If you have not already, click that Thumbie must-see video, give it a watch, check us out on social media, and of course, check out our trophy achievement guide at HappyThumbsGaming.com and more things too. As for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya!